Fortnite Lawless has officially released, and now we're blowing up bank vaults, there are new mythics, and so much more. Everyone's dropping at the largest new POI, Crime City. Technically, it's called Crimson City, but as you know, nobody cares here. There's no rule of law. This place straight up feels like Gotham. From ransacked stores to dodgy back alley buildings, the city is full of detail. At the center of it all is the only building that's been looked after, the bank. This is gilded all around and protected with 24-hour security guards. You can walk in and look around freely, but the second you start acting weird, like aiming guns, the guards will pounce on you. These guys are here to protect one thing and one thing only, the vault. If you want to get inside, there is no more key cards. Fortnite has changed its whole approach to vaults this season to make it truly feel like a bank job. Now, you have to track down an item called thermite. Once you have it, you can either throw this down as an explosive or take it to a vault door. Place it on it, and your heist begins. Not only do you get insanely cool music, but every guard in the area will be summoned to come fight you. For a lot of players, they're staring at this thermite wondering what is taking so long. Well, if you just sit here, it'll take like 5 minutes, but you're meant to speed the process along by shooting the heated up locks. Welcome inside. This place is full of loot, and you'll also notice some medallion looking items in a display case. Well, don't be fooled, this is Big Dill's new cryptocurrency. Kinda wish I was joking, but they're literally called Dill bits. It's obviously a Bitcoin reference, and in the blog, Fortnite says they don't carry over between matches, so spend them before your wallet goes to zero, but to the moon. If that wasn't enough evidence they don't believe in his sus crypto, they also say it's more valuable than bars, asterisk, and Big Dill has more arrest warrants than he does top 40 tracks, so please don't take financial advice from a rapping pickle. What to learn here? They don't carry across games, so if you want to spend them, you'll need to track down a gold mine. We'll get to what's in this mysterious black market in a second, because there are other ways to become a criminal this season, like breaking into the new armored trucks. These spawn mid-match, and you'll find them driving around the island, protected by an entire convoy with SUVs and motorcycles. Take them all out, and you can throw down your thermite as normal, except now you have to fend off 3 waves of enemies. It's like an entire mission just to get that sweet loot. So what's actually new in this loot pool? Well, you'll be finding a ton of new weapons as you run around, especially in the heist bags, which give out fresh items. If you're lucky enough, you might find a new powerful weapon, the Plasma Burst Laser. It works similar to the Chimera Ray Gun from Chapter 2, except this packs way more of a punch to builds and players. Fans are also excited that we have a new melee weapon, the Kneecapper. Kind of a brutal name, but I guess it's a brutal season, because this baseball bat gives you a movement boost, a super quick attack, and you can charge it up to 3 levels of damage. Now, Crime City wasn't the only new POI. If you're wondering who owns all of these banks, well, you probably catch a hint from the wolf statues everywhere. It's owned by the Baron Fletcher Kane, and his house is on the map known as Lone Wolf Lair. It's not as protected as his banks. You can pretty much just wander around this place, but there is a chance you'll find Fletcher himself depending on your match. His boss spawns randomly each game at multiple locations, usually mid-heist. Once you defeat him, you'll get his medallion. It's called Unstoppable Power, basically giving you the Nitro Dash from previous seasons. So yeah, you can knock back enemies with faster sprint. But he also drops a new weapon, the Baron's Double Down Pistol. If you know how to aim, this thing could be nasty at hitting shots, taking out players in like 3 hits. It's essentially a busted mammoth pistol. And speaking of the mammoth, players are also excited to see this fan favorite item back in the loot pool. It stood out in Wilds as one of the best parts of the season, received a warm welcome back in Reload, and now it's officially back in BR2. So if you can't get your hands on Fletcher's, you'll still be able to hit some crazy clips. If you prefer a more aggressive approach rather than being precise, the Collateral Damage Assault Rifle, it's a pretty solid weapon. To be honest, I'm being polite, it's actually crazy good right now. In my opinion, this will be nerfed in a week, so enjoy it while you can. So, if you really want to be overwhelmed with choice this season, look around the map for the new Black Market feature. Whether it's near Crime City or in the gold mines, you can find the secret weapon store that lets you spend gold on tons of items. Although, if you want to buy the most prestigious weapons, that's where the Dill bits come in. These can be spent on all of the latest seasonal items, along with boons. And there might even be exotic weapons in here if you're lucky enough. Speaking of boons, there are a ton of new abilities this season. Most of the time, you'll get a random one by opening a rare chest. If you want to track down a specific one, spend your Dill bits on it in the black market, but there's only 1 boon per shop. There's abilities like the Adrenaline Rush, which gives you slap effect whenever you mantle, hurdle, or wall jump. Kinda insane because you can just spam it to have unlimited sprint for the rest of the game. Then we have the Gold Ammo boon. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you pick up bars, you'll get ammo too. If you want it the other way around though, there's the Greed boon, giving you a ton of gold every time you open a chest or ammo box, and trust me, this one is basically a get-rich-quick scheme. They went all out this season, especially with the Vulture boon, which tells you where an enemy died once they get eliminated, or we have the Gold Rush boon, which gives you the rush ability when you open or destroy a chest. But what is the Gold Rush ability? Well, if you farm a gold vein in the mines, you will suddenly be faster at sprinting. More importantly, you'll be able to farm at a ridiculous speed with more damage. If you don't want to hunt down a vein, you could either swim in gold-infused water or find a gold splash. These are the replacement for chug splashes, and they'll give you 20 health or shield along with the gold rush ability. Now, all of this is before I've even gotten to the insane collab hiding in this season's battle pass. Mortal Kombat is finally in Fortnite after who knows how long, and it starts with Sub-Zero. Not only does he get his long-deserved outfit, there's even a collab weapon on the map. This is his combat kit, and when you pick it up, you'll hear... This has two types of attack, the quick hand-to-hand combat and his ice slide. What truly surprised me about this season was a huge change to med mists. Now wait, hear me out on this. Usually healing items are super boring, except they went and turned the fart spray into a full-on smoke grenade. So now you can throw it down and med mist the entire area, except it's a little glitchy right now and can just move away from you, which is awkward, but hopefully it gets better over time. Speaking of better consumables, the Chug Jug just got its biggest update of all time. Now it has 200 charge and you can drink it while walking around. Instead of instantly reviving all your health, this also includes shield, and you'll slowly regenerate and save what you don't use for later. Basically, Fortnite made the Chug Jug the best healing item in the game, just like it was back in the OG days. They've also given us a strange new item called the Porta Cover. You would think this would be reserved for zero build players, but anyone can find it, and it's exactly what you'd expect. You throw it down, and here's some nice cover. It also includes a little sniper window that can be closed. Very convenient because we also have the new Falcon Eye Sniper. The thing has a really cool scope, letting you choose between two different zoom levels, and it's so satisfying to shoot. But you'll probably need more than a sniper to rob the armored train. Fletcher needs to transport his gold somehow, and this fortress of a train, it's one way to do it. Fortnite finally updated this after we've been begging for an upgrade every season, and well, not only does it have turrets on top, we can now break inside. If you place thermite on the roof and fend off enemies, you can pull off a good old-fashioned train robbery. This allows you to jump down into the vault and grab all the loot and gold you could imagine. There's a reoccurring theme here with the season. Sure, it feels like some kind of payday theme, but in reality, it's all about gold. There's a reason Fletcher Kane has so much of it, and it's because he literally has his very own gold mine at the new POI Shiny Shafts. Yeah, it's a modern day homage to Shifty from Chapter 1. This place can get claustrophobic quickly if you're in a fight, whether you're above ground or down in the mines. So to avoid getting jump scared down here, you can throw down a pulse scanner. It's Fortnite's answer to the complaints about the recon from Chapter 2. Instead of having an overpowered radar gun, they've turned it into an item you have to throw down. It'll start scanning for you and reveal every vending machine, container, and enemy in the area. Speaking of vending machines, these have also been updated for the new season, with 4 types you can come across, all dealing separate items. A POI people aren't talking about is Outlaw Oasis. This is way more chill than the other chaotic locations because, that's the point. Seems like this is Fletcher Kane's getaway spot, a place he goes to relax. From the jacuzzis to the hot springs, it feels really similar to places we've had in previous seasons. But there is something interesting in his office. Check out these 3 statues that can be rotated. It's basically a puzzle, and your reward for completing it is pretty cool. I'm saving our answer until our video tomorrow, but check out under the carpet if you're trying to figure it out for yourself. Maybe you already have, or maybe you're so good you've also got a win by now. Well, this season's victory umbrella is in your hands, and it's the Vault-brella. Who saw that one coming? Maybe I could have guessed this beforehand, but I can't lie, the design is incredible. It's just like Predator Peak, an unnamed POI that most players haven't even noticed yet. But just next to Crime City, it's overlooking the skyline, and you can find this huge rock in the shape of a wolf. This man has so much money, he is terraforming his own mountains at this point. Sheesh. Let's take it back to the live event where he managed to defeat Shogun X. Well, a new soldier has replaced him with a brand new reward. This time around, instead of his blade, you'll get an enhanced mythic weapon. But most importantly, his medallion for infinite sprint or invisibility has also been reworked. Now it grants you the ability to summon shield bubbles from thin air. You don't even have to throw them down, they auto spawn whenever you heal. It's got to be one of the most useful medallions yet. With the new season comes a fresh battle pass. While a lot of fans have mixed feelings about this one, there are some insane outfits I gotta show you. So of course we have Big Dill. Everyone knows about this guy whether they like it or not. He's literally an industry plant and is currently in the middle of a rap beef with T-Pain for some reason. While you might have expected Sub-Zero to be the this secret outfit, it's actually someone even more familiar to Fortnite fans. It's Midas. Technically, it's Outlaw Midas, who's themed around a Wild West style of criminal, and he's unlockable in March. As for the rest of the Battle Pass outfits, here's a quick look at who else joins the lineup, and personally, I think it's a pretty solid cast this season. Now, what kind of heist would it be without a sticky grenade launcher? It was first introduced with the last heist-themed season, and it was a pretty good weapon for sticking to cars and even players. Now it is back, just as good, especially with players escaping in armored trucks. If you're trying to get away from the explosives, your best escape is by a good old launch pad. It has been a while since we've seen these in BR outside of OG seasons and modes, but now it's back. On the flip side, it's only the itemized version for now, so you'll have to sacrifice an inventory slot to carry it around. Let me tell you about Fortnite's new feature called Moments. In your locker, you can find a section dedicated to these, letting you select music from your packs or jam tracks to play when you're dropping in from the bus or when you win a match. So instead of just hearing nothing gliding down or your lobby track when you've won, you can fully customize it. It's pretty sweet. You'll also notice some other familiar items in the loot pool, most notably the Striker Burst AR. This thing's returned several times over the years, starting as a normal burst, turned into a first-person scope, now it's updated again. You still get the scope, but you have the option to switch between it at any time, just like the SMG last season. The shield bubble is also carried over from last season's loot pool, but with a slight twist. Now it's the junior version, so expect a much smaller bubble throwing it down. It's everything new. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.